Welcome in. I am the CryptoBullGod, and in today's video, we're going to zoom out and we're going to see that there's massive, large upside ahead. I couldn't fit that all in the title, so I kept it a lot more brief. Hey, you can follow me both on Twitter at CryptoBullGod, Tradingview at CryptoBullGod, and you can follow me on YouTube at CryptoBullGod, where I'll put together some TA videos like this, as well as I'm starting up a podcast. Just listed, the premiere episode was just a day ago, so check that out as well. So give me a follow on all of them if you don't mind, please. Also, I love engagement, so if you like the video, please like the video. It helps the YouTube algorithm so we can help spread sound technical analysis and thought processes throughout the World Wide Web. Give me a like, comment. I'm pretty quick to respond. I love engagement, so feel free to comment on the video below. Would really appreciate it. Just a quick disclosure that none of what I'm sharing is financial advice. I am very simply put looking to educate, help, and spread sound technical analysis to the community to help others in making informed decisions. When making your own personal financial decisions regarding what to invest in, what to buy, when to sell, ultimately that ownership, it falls on you. My hope, however, is that you can utilize what I share as another data point in helping you to think through what may be best for your own personal approach. I really want to get into things. I know things are pretty tense right now. Last week, we were feeling like this. And this week, we're feeling like this. But we need to lift ourselves the fuck up because there is massive upside. We're going to dig into a couple high-level charts here. And hopefully this message is uplifting to everyone. And especially if you're newer to the market and you're not used to seeing corrections like this, you can help to gain a level of appreciation that what we're seeing right now is par for the course. So before we actually take a look at this, I want to say I was very surprised. I was certainly very surprised and not expecting this significant of a pullback within 2 days. The only thing I'm upset about, I have no hesitation in saying the market is going massively higher. And we are just at the very early stages of a massive alt cycle. The only thing I'm upset about personally for myself is I didn't have more capital on the sidelines to eat up some of the prices out there, since they're at a discount in my opinion. So we're going to take a look at just a couple high-level charts real quick. This is the Bitcoin chart. It's on the daily. Keep in perspective here that at the beginning of the year, marked with this green vertical line here, this was the start of the year. Bitcoin began the year, let's just call it opened at 29,000. We're sitting right now at around $47,000. $47,000. And we hit a top of nearly $60,000 and the price nearly doubled. Okay? We're having a correction, but you don't even have to be a TA person. Just literally just look at this chart and see what's going on here. We came up here, we came down and touched this purple line, which is the 50-day simple moving average. We came up this level. Remember when we dropped down to about 28,000 down here? And then we ran all the way up to nearly 60,000, and now we're having a correction down into the 40,000s, okay? I want to assure everyone, Bitcoin has not topped. It is nowhere near topping, okay? If you've watched some of my other videos, you would know this. We're nowhere near a top. Please keep this in mind as we're going through. This is just the daily chart. Let's take a look at another weekly chart that everybody should be familiar with from prior videos. This is the NVT. We are still in red. This is a weekly chart. This is a key moving average here. I have another chart that I thought I had pulled up, but regardless, we're well above some of these key moving averages that we've looked at in the past. But the key metric that I like to look at here is the NVT. So while it is possible it could turn from red to white next week or the following week after that, for right now it's in the red. We should be in the clear. Bitcoin dominance. Let's take a look at this. I've hit on this so many times. So it's just a quick thought with you guys. Sometimes it's hard to provide meaningful updates on videos, and I just don't want to put videos out to put videos out. But when I've shared information with you and nothing has materially changed, there's really no point in me putting out a video, right? I want to put out videos where there's good substance and it's worth your time in tuning in. I don't want to just put out garbage when there's really no material updates to share. Look, there hasn't really been anything here to share with you outside of anything I've shared on Twitter, because this ascending line here, I pointed this out in prior videos. We have not broken this line. Once we break this line, okay, again, this is the Bitcoin dominance on the weekly. Once we break this ascending line, we want to see if the 57 level holds. And then the next level is around 50, 52%. Once we break these two key areas here, it's going to be a full-fledged alt season. And you're going to see, you have not seen anything yet. And we're going to quickly, we're going to get into that. But I just want you to just remain calm during a time like this. The worst thing that you can do is panic sell. My hope, and I give this when I put out this financial disclosure, the onus really is on you to educate yourself. If you're purely basing your decisions to buy or sell on people like myself, you're doing yourself a disservice. You should have the knowledge, you should have the education, you should have the toolbox to be able to make sound decisions on what to invest in and when to buy and sell. And you're utilizing people like myself. Hopefully you find the information that I provide helpful. And there's other individuals on Twitter and on YouTube who provide good technical analysis. You're using them as other data points. You want to validate your own train of thought. You don't want to just rely on yourself. You want to have other schools of thought that are similar and different than your own, that really make you critically think through the decisions you're making of what you're buying and when to buy and sell. And hopefully that's the value that I provide to you. But there's no reason that if you understand these markets that you should be panicking right now. There's no correction that's taking place. While it was unexpected, okay, that it would be this large a magnitude in the past 2 days, the levels we hit are not anything that is surprising. So the dominance, for us to enter a true alt season, we need to break this. The first line we need to break is this ascending line right here. So let's keep an eye on that. I post about it with regularity that makes sense on Twitter, so make sure to give me a follow on Twitter. Look at this Ethereum chart, is beautiful with what happened, okay? Really pay attention to what I'm pointing out here. This was our prior cycle top at the beginning of January of 2018. We wicked up to 1,420. But look at this green zone. The green zone represents the area from where price wicked up to, so the highest price that Ethereum reached at the end of the prior bull cycle. And the candle body close on this weekly candle, and the candle body open on the next weekly candle, okay? So there's a zone being created between the body of these two candles and the wick of this candle here. And that represents a range, okay? Remember these numbers, 1420 to 1365. Okay, let's go over to the right and go to current times. Scroll all the way over, okay? Let's not forget something else I'll point out, guys and gals, if there's any ladies tuning in. Let's not forget that we went through all of this bullshit right here, okay? Okay? This isn't the end. This is literally the beginning. We just broke our prior all-time high. We are going to be going massively higher than our prior all-time high. Let me point out to you exactly what happened. We broke our all-time high. We didn't hit it as high as I thought we would. We didn't even get up to the 1.618 fib extension I mentioned in prior videos was around 2,200. We got up to 2,041. Look what happened this week. Well, first off, we hit a key moving average. Nice voice change. We hit a nice key moving average, the 10 EMA on the weekly. But let's take a look at where we wicked to. Oh, gee, look at that. We wicked right into this green box here, and it went down to, 1365. Look at the screen and look at the low in the upper left center of the screen where there's an L and it says 1356. That's because this week's lowest price reached in Ethereum was 1365, which is the bottom of this green box. We literally broke our prior all-time highs. We came down. We retested the level of the prior all-time high. Remember, I've stated all this in prior videos. Once prior resistance is broken, You want to see it act as a floor. It shows strength when price comes down after we've broken resistance and it back tests that prior resistance as support. That is massively bullish. And that's currently what we're doing. I expect this level to hold. If we get a wick below, if we get a weekly candle that wicks below, I do not expect any weekly candles, okay? I do not expect any weekly body candles to close below this line. Next week, maybe we wick below there. That's not what I'm saying. It's an expression of volatility. Remember, I've stated this in prior videos, that the wicks represent volatility. I'm not going to say that we can't wick below this level, but we should not get candle body closes below this level. That I would be a little bit concerned about, but I don't see it happening. Okay, so Ethereum broke prior all-time high, retested and has found support. Let's go to the next chart, and this is maybe the one that really, it's in line with Ethereum and should help you to understand and further appreciate that we're literally at the beginning of our cycle. We have not topped. The market has not topped. I said this in a tweet the other day, okay? And I apologize if I haven't been as active the prior couple weeks on Twitter or on YouTube or whatnot. I do have a full-time job. It keeps me very busy. I manage, I know that's a scary thought that I manage, right? But the point is I'm very busy, and some weeks it's just hard to be active on here. But what I had said was, I basically indicated the same thing, but in a lot less words and not as thoroughly detailed because I plan to cover this. Well, we have another green zone here, so you can't see the gold level. There's a gold level hook. This is our prior cycle top, and if you don't believe me, we'll go over to the left. Altcoins. Look, this is our prior cycle top. Okay, a couple things I want to point out with this, ladies and gentlemen. This is back in, look what happens here. Just look to the right, billions of dollars increasing in value and the massive run that we had last time 4 years ago, okay? This is the beginning of 2017, okay? Now, I'm gonna take off the auto adjust for the y-axis here. For the billions of dollars, and we're gonna take a look at what happened last time. So these are weekly candles. This is the total market cap for altcoins. So it's the total market cap for all of cryptocurrencies excluding Bitcoin. Look at this massive green candle. Oh Christ, massive euphoria. And then next week we got a big red candle. Oh man, we plummeted from 3.5 billion down to 2 billion. It was just such a rough week for everyone. Oh Christ, I can't even keep up with, wait a second. Then we ran up from 4 to 8 and then 8.5 to 11. I can't keep up. Whoa, talk about a green Jesus candle. We ran up from 14 billion up to 26. Better put this in auto adjust. The time frame we were just looking at, that was way back here. You can't even see it. That's the point. This is the massive run we had where we were at $2 billion and we ran up to about $500 billion, okay? 250x, okay? So again, same premise. This gold line is the wick of the prior all-time high in the total market capitalization of altcoins. The green zone represents the top of the line down to these candle bodies here on these 2 weeks, okay? So it's a zone of resistance, okay? All the way through this glorious bear market. Whee! And look here we are. Up. Look what happened. We broke through, we came back, and we just retested the green zone. That's all that's happening. Do not panic. Zoom out. I said, and I was the first to acknowledge this, and I think it's important that everyone recognizes this. I am not going to get everything right. If you're following anyone on Twitter or YouTube that suggests to you they're going to get 99% of their calls right, unfollow them immediately. This is a lesson for me as much as it's a lesson for you. We may have different perspectives, but had I seen this much of a correction coming these past 2 days, I would have pulled out a lot more funds than I had and had a lot more cash available to buy today. But I didn't. I had a small amount of cash and not a moderate amount of cash, okay? Live and learn. I've gotten calls correct. I've gotten calls incorrect. Every good trader gets incorrect calls and good calls. That's the name of the game. You can't get every single call right. But the point is, where I'm going with all that is it's important to not only learn from those things, but also in this case, to in all seriousness, just remain calm and zoom out. I'm trying to share these views with you so that you can gain an appreciation for where we are in the cycle. We just broke our prior all-time high, and we've just back-tested that prior resistance, that prior all-time high resistance, that ceiling. We're now creating a floor. So we can wick in this area and we'll be fine. If we start getting, again, candle body closes below 420 billion, yeah, I'd be a little concerned if we started getting candle body closes down here. We can wick through here and have volatility, but my full expectation is we're going to continue moving up. Now, the reason this red, last thing I want to touch on here, the reason this red horizontal line is here is if you actually go on a daily, you'll see that at around $700 billion, this was a point of resistance if we zoom in on the daily on two daily candles here, right? So I think once we can break through 700 billion, we're going to see some massive continued upside. But guys, and girls, this is why it's very, very important to not get caught up in the day-to-day. If you got caught up in the day-to-day, guess what? Way back here, you would have been selling, and then you would have missed your run up from $56 billion in market cap to 700, which is a 12x, all right? Just remain patient, okay? Stay calm. Know what you're invested in. Do some of your own homework to learn these things. You can't just rely on other people. And also utilize people like myself as another data point to help you out in assessing what's going on. And these are just the basic charts I wanted to share with you. I have no other charts to share with you. For any other specific crypto projects, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Tradingview, and I will update everybody as often as I can on other charts and things to pay attention to. But I do not see anything concerning here. I don't. It took me by surprise. It took many people by surprise, the magnitude of the correction in as short amount of time as what has occurred. But what I'm fully expecting is a rather large bounce sooner or later, whether it's tomorrow or whether it's Thursday. And when that happens, you have to assess for yourself. Do I want to take some money off the table at that point and wait for some potential more downside, or am I just kind of staying put, recognizing the market's going a shit ton higher? That's your call. I'm just here to help you kind of zoom out and keep it stupid simple as I always do. So with that being said, until next time, spread awareness. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and carry the education forward.